You know when I said the review for that Wolves game will be out tomorrow? Y'all knew I meant Wednesday, right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel today. My name is the Crimson Wolf, and welcome back to the Blue review for our Premier League game versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. And it has been a while since we've actually done a proper video on this channel. It's been over a week. The last video was the centre-back tier list video. It has been a while. We've had at least a couple games in between them. We had the Bournemouth game, post that as well, and obviously now the Wolves game. So unfortunately, there hasn't been that much activity on my front. Been very busy with college and everything in between, so haven't had much time for the videos. But hopefully this will be something that we can all enjoy. Now, speaking of enjoyment, we finally got a win. It has been so long, it has been like a month since we last got our win. It was the game, ironically, I was there for when we went and beat Brentford at Stamford Bridge. So, yeah, it's been quite a while since we won, and it does feel good. It's another game we really should have won, and we did. We got the 3 points. Pretty comfortable win, hairy moments here and there, but overall I think we played well. If you are new to the channel around here, allow me to give you a quick overview of what to expect in the Blue review. Basically, I go through 8 points from the game, Lampard's famous 8, as I like to call it, and give them a card based on whether I thought it was a good, bad, or mid performance. That, of course, being blue, red, and yellow. And, of course, there is the all-fabled gold card for the man of the match. I'm not going to waste much time. I am just going to dive straight into this one. And I'll give it a quick heads up now. There are no yellow cards. There are red and blue, though, and, of course, the gold card. So, with that in mind, we will begin with the red cards, and starting with the man who I have to have put more than anybody into the red cards this season, and that is Robert Sanchez. But what is there to say about Rob Sanchez that hasn't been said at this point? Yes, he can have good moments. Yes, he has saved us some games. Yes, he can be absolutely incredible, both with his hands and with his feet. But my God, he has these moments that are just so dumb. And this one is one of his dumbest. It's a Wolves corner. The corner comes in. All he has to do is punch it away. He tries to grab it. He misses it. He drops it. And Matt Doherty scores it. It's just stupidity. This is the basic fundamentals of goalkeeping, and he's screwing that up. At what point do we have to look at this and say, what the fuck are you doing? I understand that Maresca's been backing him because he doesn't necessarily trust Jorgensen that much, and he can't exactly go around saying Sanchez is shite, but I have to play him, because that's going to get nobody anywhere. That'll kill Sanchez's confidence, that'll help nobody, and we get worse as a result. So I get that. We do 100% need a new goalkeeper, and I am going to lead into this when I make the tier list video in a couple days. The video for the goalkeeper tier list will be out some point over the next 2 days. I know I said that like 2 days ago. I promise, next 2 days, latest Friday, 100%. Back on Rob Sanchez. I mean, it's complete stupidity. I'm not a professional goalkeeper. Never will be, never have been, and even I would have punched that. I know exactly what he needed to do there, and he didn't. And he's been a professional goalkeeper for what, 6 years? And it's not like he had any trouble reaching the ball. He got his freaking hands on it. He nearly caught it, and then he dropped it, and we conceded from that. It's one of those bozo moments that Sanchez has, and it's the reason he's never going to become a sustainable number one. That's the term I always used to define him. He's not a sustainable number one. Never going to be, because he can't make these mistakes. It'd be okay if it was like every once in a while. Like, every goalkeeper has a mistake in him. Like, let's get that straight. Every goalkeeper has a mistake in him. The world-class keepers have mistakes in them. But it happens too often with Sanchez. We can't keep doing this. We need a new goalkeeper. The second and final red card is going to Pedro Neto. I'm going to be honest, I think this is probably Pedro Neto's worst performance in a Chelsea shirt. He wasn't in this game, really. I don't think this was really a game that we should have played Pedro Neto in. I don't think this really suited him. He doesn't suit teams playing against a low block. He suits teams where he has space to run in behind, where he is given space. His best moments this season have been when he's had space. I think the Newcastle game, he had a ton of space and he executed it perfectly. His goal versus Arsenal, they gave him nothing but space. So I think in space, Neto is our most dangerous winger. As I say, I think this was his worst performance. He wasn't really that effective. The other thing as well, it was just a stark contrast from when he was on the pitch to when Jadon Sancho came onto the pitch. I don't know if I play Neto in the next game. We are playing Man City, and chances are we are going to have space to run to behind. And now they don't have Kyle Walker on that right side, so maybe playing him on the left, have a run at their right-sided defender would have positive effects. Maybe, I don't know. But at the minute, Neto's not playing like he was earlier in the season. He needs to sort himself out a little bit and get back to that player that we know he can be. Alright, I'm going to move on from that because I want to talk about these blue cards. And the first blue card is going to somebody who I think had a very underrated game. And I want to put some respect on the name of Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. I thought he played very well considering, realistically, he shouldn't have been in the starting 11. If Romeo Lavia or Enzo Fernandez were fit for this game, he would not have started this game. And honestly, I thought he played well. He was getting a bit out-muscled in the midfield. I thought when he was up against João Gomez, I believe it was, he was getting a bit outdone physically. But I think he did do quite well. He did notch an assist in this game. Not much of an assist, it was just more of a flick on from the header, but everything counts in this game, so I ain't going to hold that against him. And I thought his attacking play was quite good. His defensive play isn't necessarily there because he lacks the physicality for that kind of midfielder, but I thought his progressive play was actually quite good. I thought he had an underrated performance, to be honest. I know a lot of fans on social media weren't the most thrilled with his performance. I thought he went out there, he had a job to do, and I thought he did it okay. I have very few complaints with Dewsbury-Hall. Second blue card is going to go to one of our goal scorers, and that is Noni Madueke. And this was Noni's second start in a row after starting versus Bournemouth, because he's been out of the squad for quite a bit, out of the starting 11 for quite a bit, I should say. And I thought he played okay. I know a lot of people have been saying Noni didn't play at his best, and this isn't Noni at his best, but I don't think he was particularly awful. He was keeping that entire side busy. I mean, it literally forced the Wolves manager, Vitor Pereira, to have to switch his fullbacks around because he had originally Ryan Nuri on that side, but Madueke was getting the best of him so much that he ended up putting Nelson Semedo on that side, which did quiet Madueke down a little bit, but not really enough. He obviously does get the goal. I understand that why Noni took the goal. He's a goal scorer. It's what he does. He literally said it himself. It's what he gets paid for to do, and he had to make sure that ball went over the line. I understand why he did it. Is it selfish? Maybe, but I can understand it. Like, as I say, it's a goal. He is a goal scorer. His job is to get goals, and he wasn't sure if that ball was going to go over the line. He made sure it went over the line. I can understand why he did it. I just feel bad for Trev at the same time. But I don't think Noni played horrifically in this game. I thought it was one of his better performances in recent games. He hasn't been as perfect recently when he's been playing. So I thought it was one of his better performances. And I think he at least occupied that right side of the pitch a little bit more than he has been recently. So overall, I think it was a solid performance from Madueke. Moving into the score of our first goal, Tosin Adarabioyo. And I thought Tosin was pretty solid in this game. He's now his fourth goal of the season. He's, I believe, on track for his best goal-scoring season ever. His best goal record is 5 in all competitions, and that was for Fulham. He is now up to 4 already in all competitions. Obviously, the 1 versus Noah in the Conference League, the 2 versus Morecambe the other week, and obviously this one. And I think he's been doing all right, Tosin, recently. The goal is a really well-taken one, going on with his Tosin Rudiger arc at the minute. So that was good. And he was really solid at the back. And he had to be fair, because Jørgen Strand Larsen is a big, big player in this game. I was literally watching this game like thinking there are not many players that make Tosin look small, but Jørgen Strand Larsen does. And I thought he handled him pretty well in that game. Didn't get much joy out of it, although that can't all go to Tosin. All that credit can't go in his direction. We'll talk about that a little bit in it. I think this is one of his better performances for us. I thought he's been playing okay recently. I think maybe the performances of Achimpong and the reimbursement of Chalobah have probably taken away from how well he has played for us recently. Don't get me wrong, he has had some dodgy performances this season. The Ipswich game in particular was not a shining light for him, but he's been okay. He's turned into that kind of Thiago Silva kind of player for us now, the oldest player in the squad, the oldest active player in the squad at least, and he's scoring goals, and honestly that's all you can ask from a centre-back at this point. And we move into the scorer of our other goal, the second goal, the one to put us back ahead in the match, and it is marvellous Marc Cucurella. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think prior to the goal, necessarily, Cucurella was having his best game. Literally a matter of seconds before that goal went in, I was literally saying that Cucurella's passing hadn't been at the level it needed to be on this game, and then he went and scored the goal. So, while I don't think this was one of Cucurella's better performances, he scored a goal, and what I do really like about Cucurella is, in this game, he wasn't actually played in his natural position. He was played pretty much all over the pitch. He was played as like a left-sided 8 and 10, which is what allowed him to go and score that goal in the box. And he does just take advantage of the situations. He was doing his usual thing, being nice and aggressive and tenacious, and making sure no one got past him. I can't remember who was on that side. I think it was Pablo Sarabia. I didn't hear basically anything out of him all game, so he was doing his job, clearly. Cucurella has probably deserved what's come for him quite recently. He's obviously on a decent goal-scoring run right now. Obviously, he scored versus Brentford, and then the next game versus Shamrock Rovers, and obviously now he's got another one. So, he's doing really well this season, Cucurella. I have no complaints from him in this game. As I say, I do think his passing and his overall game in the first half wasn't necessarily the best, but I think it got better in the second half, and that's all I can ask for, really. The penultimate blue card of this video goes to the captain of Chelsea Football Club, and that is Reece James. And Reece James was so good in this game. Whenever people do their team of the season so far this year, a lot of people have had Matheus Cunha as their best left winger of the season. And honestly, that's kind of justified. He's been really, really good for Wolves. Considering how bad Wolves have been this season, he has been absolutely shining light of this. He's been getting linked with so many big clubs, rightfully so. He is a fantastic player. And then it tells you so much that Matheus Cunha has been one of the best left wings in the Prem this season. He rocked up to Stamford Bridge, and he was effectively quiet all game, because he had to go up against Reece James. There's a little thing that we Chelsea fans like to call the Reece James test. Every left winger has to do it at some point. And I cannot name you one that has passed it. Not in the Premier League, at least. And Matheus Cunha was no exception. Matheus Cunha, absolutely fantastic player. Wherever he goes after Wolves, he will do absolutely brilliantly. I have no doubts. But if he ever goes up against Reece James again, he's going to be having nightmares. In this game, there was absolutely no exception to that. He was absolutely stellar in this game, not just in his defensive work, but in his offensive work. He does play a crucial part in our first goal. Obviously, he does try to take a pot shot on the goal from the corner. He obviously takes a deflection, lands at the feet of Tosin, who does score it. So he does play a big part in that. And I think he was just linking up really well with Madueke on that right-hand side. And I think we could get a lot more out of that relationship, or possibly a relationship between him and Neto. We haven't really seen that. I think this was a captain's performance, and you can see he's growing into it more as a leader now. You can see he's having those moments where he is telling players what to do, and I think that is really good to see. He is the captain of this football club, and now he's acting like it, and that's what we really need to see from this guy. But we are not done. We still have the gold card to give out, and it is for the man who, on his first game of the season, his first game back from loan, he was straight into the first 11. He played 90 minutes, and he played 90 minutes absolutely phenomenally. And I want to give a big welcome back to Trevor Chalobah. Welcome back, Trev. We have missed you, and this game showed exactly why. He was absolutely superb in this game. So many challenges, so many dynamic passes of play. Like, he was doing the job of a ball-playing centre-back and a progressive centre-back in the same game. He is so good. And he was playing on the left. Trevor Chalobah is naturally a right-sided centre-back. He was playing on the left of a back three, with Tosin in the middle, with Reece James on the right. And he played phenomenally again. He had an absolutely brilliant challenge on Jørgen Strand Larsen to deny him. Why did they let him go? I said this all throughout the summer. I couldn't have cared less if Gallagher went. I wanted Trev to stay. People were all up in arms about Gallagher going. I wanted Trev. If you'd given me the option of who to keep, Gallagher or Trev, I was keeping Trev. 100% all day, every day. And this is why. He is so fucking good. He is so good. And putting him alongside Levi Colwill is going to be fantastic. Him on the right of a back three, Levi in the centre, and then we'll say Cucurella for the sake of argument on the right side. Or even then, put Trev on the left side, Levi in the centre with Reece on the right. You can do it either way, because he's that damn good. He's versatile. And if we ever need someone to play a DM, he can do it. He is so good. Why the hell we let him go, I will never ever know. And honestly, whoever made that decision needs a right slap round the head. Because Jesus Christ, He's just shown in one game how good he is. Letting Trevor Chalobah go may go down as one of the dumbest decisions these owners ever tried to do. Like, he did it last year when he came back from injury. Pochettino put him in the team, and he was our best fucking centre-back. And if he does the same again this year, and they try to sell him again, genuinely, they need to go. They need to go if they try to get rid of this guy again. Because, fucking hell, we have spent so much money on centre-backs between Wes Fofana, Axel Disasi, Benoit Badiashile, and who knows who else. And our best centre-back partnership is Levi Colwill and Trevor Chalobah. Freaking academy centre-backs. These are guys who came up through the Chelsea ranks and cost us zilch. It's the most bizarre thing, but I absolutely love Trevor Chalobah. I'm so happy he's back, and the Chelsea fans are very happy he's back as well. First game back, and he's got himself a new chant. It's the old Conor Gallagher chant. He took his number, and now he took his chant. So that's really fun. So happy for Trev to be back. He 100% deserves it, and he deserves the gold card. He is the man of the match. He played phenomenally, and actually, nearly forgot to mention this. He should have had a goal. I talked about this when talking about Madueke. Trev should have had that goal, and I think if Noni had known it was going to go over the line, he would have left it, and Trev would have got it. And honestly, he deserved that goal, but he does get the assist in the end, so he settles for a second place consolation on that one. But he did deserve that goal. With the way he played, he 100% deserved it, and I'm upset he didn't get it, but I understand where Noni was coming from with why he took it, so don't have much complaints about that. But very happy that Trev's back, 100% deserves to be here, and should be one of, if not our starting centre-back, alongside Levi for the rest of the season. So, thank you all very much for turning up to the video. I really, really appreciate it. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And yeah, how happy are you that Trevor Chalobah is back? I am absolutely over the moon right now. 100%. Never, ever should be out of this squad again. He is too good for that. We need to keep hold of this guy. 100%. Arguably our best centre-back right now. So, yeah, keep him around as long as humanly possible. But that is going to be the end for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. And with that being said, my name is the Crimson Wolf. I am the reddest Chelsea fan on the internet. And you have all been amazing. And I'll see you in the next one. Good luck with it.